Hi, I'm Linda Matthew, and in speaking about my own cultural background, I am a Caucasian, but I have some Native American and English heritage. My grandfather on my father's side was a sharecropper in Texas when my father was born, and my mother's grandmother on her father's side was Native American. My grandmother on my mother's side was Pennsylvania Dutch. We have always been country folks, even when we lived in the city. I can't think of any specific occasions in the past where my cultural background has made much of a difference because we don't like to be the center of attention. Therefore, we try to maintain a low profile. My cultural heritage is just plain country, actually, and it doesn't make a difference now in my everyday life except that I am who I am. The only implications that I can find for a U.S. workforce in which European American males have become a minority is that other immigrants, such as those from Africa, South and Central America, Asia, and the Caribbean, who will outnumber European Americans, will come to the United States, and they will consist of skilled workers and professionals. These workforce qualities will be valuable in today's changing United States economy. Every major cultural and social institution in the United States shows the consequences of the browning of America. In public schools, institutions of higher education, large and small cities across the United States, there are people from all cultures and hundreds of different languages are spoken. The United States is not the only place in which there is a multicultural movement. It is happening all over the globe, and it is changing the distribution of people, and the political and social tensions are becoming more intense. If the world only had 1,000 people in it, there would be many different cultures, but a big majority of them would be Asians. And these 1,000 people would belong to a variety of religions, the majority being Christians. It is clear that we all differ culturally, but being different isn't wrong or right. It is just different, and we're all human beings. An example of a communication context that is not interpersonal would be a stand-up comic performing his act in front of an auditorium full of people. Another example might be a person of one culture trying to speak to the person of another culture, and neither one of them knowing how to speak the other one's language. Placing an emphasis on intercultural communication will help us with our ability to behave competently in intercultural encounters. Dialectical tensions are two forces or conditions that oppose and negate each other. For example, cruelty and kindness are opposites of each other, but they also negate each other. If a person is being kind, he or she is not being cruel. And if a person is being cruel, he or she is not being kind. Cruelty is bad and kindness is good. Being asleep and being awake negate each other as well, but both of those things are good because we need sleep to stay healthy, and when we are awake we are living our lives. One dialectical tension in relationships that is emphasized here is that in any healthy relationship, a lot of togetherness is good, but some separation or away time is also important. I believe that most of the communication that Jesus had with people was interpersonal.